Charity, you let me know when you want me to start sometime today.
Okay.
It's hard doing this show with you.
This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Did you miss me?
Why you got to be like that? Oh, who put the weather forecast on my pickleball trophy?
I was tired of looking at it.
This is an impressive trophy. Hi, everybody. Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast, Friday, January 27th. A day that will go down in infamy.
And accomplished what you wanted this week. I did not. I fell down. Maybe next week will be the week where I put in a full week. After having to stay home yesterday. And I say having to stay home because I'm sorry, I'm putting my safety first. It was not nice to come in yesterday, so I didn't come in. So there goes this week. So hopefully next week. But you, on the other hand, your goal was to awe and inspire, maybe even impress a little bit, your pickleball skills. And wow, did you ever?
What a pickleball champions, Quinny West, Team Schmidt.
If you want to see what a champion looks like, check out our Facebook page.
Got to see the pictures from that. It's darn impressive. My daughter texted me. She said, "What's next, Olympics?" I said, "I'll wave from the podium unless I'm the flag bearer."
You and Jen Berezowski.
That's right.
Now you're both on to the Olympics. Look at this.
Moving
oh, my
on. But big winner was the YMCA of Central East Ontario to the tune of more than $42,000.
Yeah,
Mark
that's
Phillips
amazing.
of Mystical Distributing himself raised $7,300 for the YMCA.
What's even more incredible is, when were you asked to do this? Or when did...
This was like, I knew back in October it was coming.
It was coming, but when did things really, okay, we're going to do this, this is the date. When was it confirmed and set in stone? It wasn't that long ago, is my point.
January 5th or 6th?
So just a few weeks, you guys raised $42,000 and Mark himself raised $7,000. That's incredible. That's amazing.
It came together. So 24 players, 12 on each side. Team coach winner, Ken Schmidt. We woke him up this morning. Good morning, Coach.
Congratulations.
Hey, good morning, Mark. Hey, how are you guys?
We're great. How are you? Did you get any sleep last night?
Still buzzing?
Yeah, I was celebrating to the wee hours.
I know, right? Oh, that was such an amazing parade Quinny West threw for us last night. The fire trucks. It really brought tears to my eyes.
And rightly so.
I know, but
big afternoon.
Congratulations. Nice work on winning the pickleball championship for the first annual to benefit the YMCA. It was a lot of fun, Ken. Thanks for all your organization. You and Patricia Guernsey did a great job.
Well, thank you, Mark, and I know Patricia would thank you as well. And if I could take a minute, I'd like to thank my team, the team that won it all. The Quinny West firefighters, Jay Coxwell and Adam Fournier, my dynamic duo, Kurt Gregoire and Derek Morgan, Team Diamond from Diamond Electric, Dwayne Gray and Remy Cartby, the Kawanians, Gino Leone and Greg Parker, and of course, Mark, you and Mark Philbin are Mark Phillips, my captains, and finally the City Hall team, Dave O'Neill and Edge, and they have the best story because Edge learned how to play pickleball watching a video on a flight back from his holiday. So, that's what kind of team we were.
Whatever works. Hey,
I know, but you inspired us to raise the money. Hit everybody with the huge total that got raised yesterday.
Yeah, there's a real shout out to the both teams because we raised over $42,000, and Patricia and I were just over the moon with the number. So
that's great.
As you should be. That's incredible. Where's the trophy now, Ken?
Yeah.
Well, funny story. We had a party after the win with the other team, and the trophy went missing. And last night I got a ransom note for the trophy. I had a cost up $250 to Patricia's team, sponsoring the Y team, to get it back. So I did that, but I'm assuming it's probably at the bottom of her swimming pool, and it'll be one of those Mario Lemieux stories, how good in the spring.
When I got the text from her last night, because she knew I was going to talk to you on the air, I immediately sprung into action, and I called the Belleville Police Service to report the crime. And then I remembered that the chief of police was on her team, and they hung up on me.
That's right. He'll be down to the radio station, not over to her house.
So Mike, Thanks anyway for all of that. But what a great time. We want to thank
Great event.
Quinte Sports and Wellness Center for being great hosts for the day, and Dave Allen, who I know will shepherd that $42,000 into helping the kids. So, Ken, thanks very much. Is there going to be a second annual next year?
Oh, absolutely. We want to be bigger and better, but we'll have to see if that trophy it has to be bigger or better out of the swimming pool.
Yeah, fish it out of the swimming pool, so it's ready for next year. But yeah, I was wondering that too, if the ball had started rolling on next year, because I know Mark has had a great week getting ready for yesterday. He's been training, and he says he's going to continue on now. Are you going to as well, Ken?
Oh, yeah. Patricia and I are already planning for next year. And I know a few of the people that were there were also really keen to start earlier and do more. And I'll tell you, out of those 24 people that played, I'm thinking there's like one or two people that actually knew how to play pickleball before we started, and they're all kind of excited. And Mark, I heard you and yes, I don't know what day it was. Maybe last week you had a thing about pickleball, about how people get kind of insane about it. Well,
every day I talk about it every day.
The teams did, they did. They actually got into it, but after 10 days, you're kind of hooked. So hopefully that continues next year.
Yeah. Well, once again, thank you very much, because you made it happen, you and Patricia. So thanks again for all of your efforts on behalf of all the kids who are going to benefit from all the donations. And have a great weekend, Ken.
Yeah, you too. You too, Charity. Take care.
So a great win, but not without some controversy there.
No kidding.
Patricia Guernsey, my goodness.
How can you possibly raise $250 more for the cause? Steal the trophy.
Hold the trophy for ransom.
And then she texted me, of all the people, I guess because I'm a captain, because she said, because I know you're going to talk.
She has your number. That's what it is. I'm going to text Philman.
And you're going to talk to Ken in the morning, so that's how you guys will find out. But then she puts it up on Facebook. If you're going to commit a crime, you don't put it up on Facebook.
Maybe her thinking was, and I thought of this afterwards, yes, the ransom note was directed to you and your team, but if she puts it up on Facebook, she might get other people to step forward too and say, well, I'll donate the money then. Give the trophy back.
Right.
We'll donate the money.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get my donation and I can do it this way. I'll get the trophy back.
Or
keep it going.
I'll give you $100 to not give it back.
Exactly.
And now that's $350 we have to read. Don't give her any more ideas.
See, there's so many ways you could go with this. Next year.
It was a
next year.
ton of fun.
It looks like it was. I'm sorry I wasn't there in person, but I was in spirit. And thank you for the updates. Yesterday afternoon, I sent you the good luck text. But then I started after game one, you sent me, was it 11-2? Was that the one?
We lost 11-2 to the Cooks.
I'm not going to lie. My breath caught. I was like, oh no.
Oh no, it's going bad.
Oh no, bite my nails. How's this going to go? I wasn't even there, and I was panicking, and the anxiety and the intensity of it all was coming through in your messages. So I'm glad you guys came back. And it sounds like you came back like with a vengeance. You had to get that first game under your belt, and then it was like, we're on.
We won 4 of 6. I think 2 of our other teams went 5-1. The Cooks on Team Guernsey, Megan and Matt Cook went 6-0. They were the only undefeated team. So so 2 of our teams won every other game except the ones against them.
And they didn't play the final?
And so there was
Not
no
that you
final.
couldn't
We
beat
didn't
them.
need it.
Oh, just there
would have been a final had we tied.
I keep focusing in on this final.
There would have been a final had we tied, but there was
Clearly
no need
we're
for a tie.
ahead.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah, like Ryder Cup in golf, we had the points.
So it started at 3. How long did it go? Did it go the first full 3 hours?
It was supposed the last game was supposed to end at 6:15. It ended at 20 after 5.
Oh, so you guys were just whipping through.
No, they're like 6-7 minutes long, and before you know it's like, but the next game's not supposed to be for 28 minutes from now. Court's free. All right, let's get out there and play it.
Well,
yeah. So by the time we had something to eat and had a little beverage, and then I think we left at like 7 o'clock. Diet Pepsi goes down so well. Oh my gosh, with ice, please. Oh.
Did you have spectators though?
Thank you. Well, some spouses and kids, stuff like that. Yeah, so it was a good time. Yeah, we had a good time.
And talk of next year?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, am I allowed to talk about any of the rumors? Because Central East Ontario is not just Belleville and Trenton when it comes to the YMCA. So let's see if we can get more organizations.
How many
large
more
organizations. There's another one in Peterborough. And then stuff like, what about...
Would it include Coburg?
Maybe Coburg? Who knows? Like, we'll just reach out.
I'm trying to think of the Ys in the area.
I don't think Coburg is actually part of that
it's a different
organization. But within our area.
They're challenged, though.
Like, for example, Procter & Gamble, like let's say, you could probably come up with 12 people who could fundraise.
Would you need 12 people if you had more teams?
No, if every team had 12 people, because that's what we need, right? 6 teams to rotate on and off. That's what they found is the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, do you need as many people on your team if you're going to have more teams? But if you had...
No.
It would keep the number okay.
Yeah, but maybe you only play 3 games because the more people on a team, the more money you raise, right?
Absolutely.
Because the whole idea is let's raise some money. So you get 12 people on a team, and what organizations want to provide teams, and then maybe it goes for a whole day because you've got all of these people.
I'm thinking too, what made me ask that too is because Starboard could put in our own team, but 12 people, I'm thinking, do we have 12 people?
No, I'm on Team Schmidt. I'm their captain, so I'm not going to be
exactly. So we're losing our ringer.
Yeah, it's ragabund.
So we would need to get 12 people.
But we'll see.
And that leads to the other question. I know this was new for you. Mm-hmm. Were the majority new to the sport of pickleball, or were other than you and the cooks, of course?
The ones that I played with and practiced with had done a great number of racket sports. So let's just talk about that for a second. So I am a better than average ping pong player. There are elements of ping pong in pickleball. I'm an okay tennis player. There are elements of tennis in pickleball. I love volleyball, so the running of the back and forth, the eye movement, the coordination, and the quick hit. There are elements of... So if you've done all of that, once you get it down, you just have to put those skills into the game. And once you do that, and I literally got better throughout the day yesterday, and it sort of clicked in my head yesterday as opposed to during practice, and I think I became much better. I became much more comfortable. It's like, oh no, wait a minute. I've been worried about this, and this when I was practicing. No, this is what I want to do. And we played better. I mean, I'm not good by any means by pickleball, but it's like, okay, now I get it. Now I know I can improve, and because I get it, I enjoy it more, I'm more likely to want to play.
Nice.
So, and everybody else, a guy like Dwayne who owns Diamond Electric, he's a racquetball, squash, badminton. He's a racket guy. So he's great. It's just another racket game to him. So if you're already good at those things, you'll love the game. And then Megan Cook is very good, is the first to say, it's a crazy game. Like it's a quirky kids game. But it can be addictive when you get into it and you get good at it. Mm-hmm. And it's always basically played as a doubles. So you've always got a partner, and it's kind of fun. So that way it is. It's enjoyable. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So anyway, that was great. And so to Tim and Patricia and that whole team here in Belleville, $42,500 plus the ransom is going to get it over the top to Dave and Connie and everybody at the YMCA to use that money to help kids, which is super. Speaking of kids, Lev down in Prince Edward County had his birthday party at Metro. So we had Hadassah's mom on the show talking about how it came together. We wanted to see the other side of it.
So we contacted the Metro store in Picton, and we ended up touching base with assistant manager Paul Jones.
Hi, this is Paul calling you guys back.
Paul Jones from the Metro in Picton.
Oh my gosh, you are world famous.
Apparently.
You are a Nobel Prize winning grocery store assistant manager. Oh. We had Hadass Bartman on earlier this week talking about the 4-year-old Lev's birthday party. We understand that it was her sister-in-law who came to talk to you. How long in your head did it take for you to say, oh, we're going to do this?
Well, when the sister-in-law came to talk to me, I wasn't sure, like, if this was real life. I wasn't sure if it was something, they're just joking around or not. But as soon as Hadass actually came in, which would have been like a week later, I was like, immediately, all right, we're doing this.
Yeah. We're doing this.
No hesitation. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know exactly how, but we're going to do it.
Well, and the how, my God, you hit this out of the park, Paul. You and the staff there at Metro. It's amazing what you guys did. Explain to our listeners how you went about it and what you created on the weekend.
Honestly, it was just it was a lot of brainstorming. I would go home and I would just think, okay, if I were a 4-year-old kid and I was going to have a birthday party at a grocery store, what would I want to do? Like, what can we provide for these kids? Mm-hmm. and it was kind of Willy Wonka inspired. You know, you do a whole tour of the store, and you get to do all these different activities in each department. Okay, what's the day in the life of a produce clerk? What do they do every single day? Okay, well, let's stock some bananas. I throw out some trivia questions like, one of these a day keeps the doctor away. What am I, right?
Yeah.
Just to keep it lighthearted. And so it just steamrolled from there. And then, again, what I want in a loot bag as a child? Stickers.
How did the rest of the staff react to this when you brought it to them and said, you know what, we're going to have a birthday party?
A few eyebrows raised, to say the least. They're like, really? This is happening? Oh, no, it's happening.
It's happening. Now, did you have to make a phone call to anybody higher up the chain in Metro to get permission to do it?
Yes, there was a whole risk and insurance kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we heard about the waivers, and as I said to my dad, that's how every great party starts, though, is when you sign the waiver.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to, not to put you on the spot, Paul, is this going to become a regular thing at Metro?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think that's the last birthday party I throw. I'm hoping it's the last one for a little bit at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But congratulations, on making a 4-year-old and the whole family and their friends turn it into something great, because now you guys are famous around the world.
Yeah. No, really. We weren't expecting. We thought maybe it would be covered locally. Mm-hmm. The local paper. We might have a front page on the local paper, perhaps one Facebook post with a picture that got maybe 50 likes or something like that.
Now then you end up in the #1 morning show, and now what?
Well, and that's it. When we called you, you didn't really seem surprised. You're like, yep, just let me get to my office. Has the phone been ringing off the hook?
It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
What's the farthest, or who's been the farthest to contact you?
I've heard Georgia in the States.
Wow.
Calgary, Michigan. Yeah, I guess Georgia would probably be the furthest.
Okay, when they turn this into a movie, who's going to play you?
Oh, my God. We'll go Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
No, a little too old. I think Spider-Man guy.
Tom
Holland.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Tom
that
Holland.
would be good.
We'll play Paul Jones.
Well, because you are a superhero, Paul. You and the entire staff at Metro. Just an incredible story.
You earn our respect.
We couldn't do it without Hadass and her family and her friends. They were absolutely wonderful.
And but thanks for talking to us. We were going to talk to Murray because I want to know what he does with his Christmas suit the other 51 weeks of the year. And,
it's Christmas.
It's
hanging in the closet.
Yeah. If you're in Metro in mid-December, you know what he's wearing.
Oh, yeah. All month long.
Oh, my gosh. But, Paul, thank you again so much for doing it, for picking up the phone, spending some time on the air with us.
All right. No problem at all.
We're always excited when people call us back.
Yeah,
and thank you to Paul for calling us back.
Thank you, Paul.
We were trying to get a hold of Murray as well, the store manager, because it was really the two of them that put it all together. But thank you to Paul. And I saw yesterday the story had been picked up in Toronto news outlets, as we heard. Georgia, down in the States, were jumping on board with this too. So it's really made international headlines. And when you stop and think about it, it's amazing what he did, but really, for a grocery store to throw a birthday party for a kid, that's what they did.
Right.
And for it to catch on like it has, it touched a lot of people. Clearly, it struck a nerve.
But I know what you're saying, because part of it is it shouldn't. Like,
I get why it did.
Exactly.
But yes,
but are we so lacking in goodness?
Yes.
That down in Georgia, they don't have a good story like that?
We're all amazed that this grocery store did this. When, in fact, clearly it's been going on, because as he said, Hadass pointed out, they didn't invent the wheel. This isn't a new thing. People have done this for years. Yeah. But I do think it's been so long since we've had this, since people have opened their doors, since people have gone the extra mile. And of course, coming out of COVID, where we had to shut everything, shut the door, lock the windows, don't let anybody in. It does make us feel good to hear that it's happening again.
And what a nice reminder that we live here in the Quinte region where we take this stuff for granted and we just say to ourselves, oh, that's a cute story. In Georgia, they phone because they can't imagine that kind of goodness.
It's crazy.
It stunned them. No, this is just where we live, and this is what we do here.
But it's even stunned us to a point. We jumped on it. Toronto's jumped. Like even here at home, and I say home meaning Canada, people across the country have jumped on it and been
rest of the world
just
needs more
touched
goodness
by the generosity. And I think that's really it too, going above and beyond, because it would be very easy for them to say, and nobody would have blamed them for saying, you know what, that's not really what we do.
Right.
That's like, this is our workplace. This isn't a place to have a birthday party. Instead of saying, no, you know what, we're going to do this because it's fun. And
he asked.
Yeah, he asked.
So, okay.
It doesn't put us out. We might think it does, but it really doesn't put us out to do this.
So there's another element to this that Charity and I are going to work on, and we're going to call Hadass. Yeah, we're going to call Hadass about it. We're going to ramp this up times 3. We're not done with it yet.
Oh.
Charity and I have something that's kind of floating around in the back of our heads, and when we get it figured out next week, we're going to call Hadass with our idea.
I was going to enjoy my weekend, Mark.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Now I have homework.
On the way to our Nobel Peace Prize, we have an idea that so we're going to call Hadass and see how that goes next week. Have a great weekend.
You too.
San Francisco, Kansas City. That's who I got.
That's who I got too. Our final 2
Kansas
games.
City.
Get your picks in through our website, 955hitsfm.ca, because we'll be giving away a giant, huge TV next week and some money to enjoy at M&M's just in time for the Super Bowl.
Right. So get that in through our website, 955hitsfm.ca, and enjoy the weekend. Maybe a little bit more snow on the way.
Woohoo.
Join us on Monday with Mark and Charity Mornings here on 95.5 Hits FM.